All right. Well, here we are. We're not on YouTube. We're on Patreon, and I love you guys. I really do. I have a lot of cool stuff planned for you. I know you want more stories. I understand that. You got to see where I'm coming from. I got a lot of other projects. I got a lot of shit going on. That's why I got 6 people working for me now. Just be patient, and it's going to I promise you, I'll get to a point where I'm doing at least 3 or 4 stories a day because I have that in me. For sure. I spend so much fucking time on the phone and doing so much stuff behind the scenes you guys don't know about yet. But it's going to be worth it because I know what you want. You want stories and you want to see my cock. Right here. Right here. Pick me. There's really people like that. So just hang tight. All right, let's get into the story. So last time we talked about I'd overdosed, and now I'm going to Watershed, which is a rehab in South Florida that I'd left multiple times with girls. I got my dick sucked in the staff bathroom. I got caught fucking in a pool, in a car, in a boat, where it floats. Sorry, that was lame. That's what happens when I don't warm up. But fuck it. It's Patreon. I feel like I have more flexibility. So I'd overdosed, and TJ, my drug dealer, had brought the guy that probably fucked guys and watched The Simpsons. I overdosed, and he made me go to rehab. Oh, I really care about you, bro. I don't want to see you die. Oh, by the way, you owe me $80 for heroin. Can your dad send a check again? He didn't give a shit. He just didn't want me at his house because I was a liability. Now, Watershed, this rehab, was very apprehensive about having me come back there because I'd left with girls. I was a liability. Not only did I leave, but I would recruit girls, And I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're broken girls. I've said it before. 2 batteries don't start a car. But my sales pitch for leaving was pretty convincing. I'd sell them a dream, like we'll leave. We'll never pay for drugs again. What do you mean we're not going to be paying for drugs? What are we going to be doing? And I'd turn into Doc from Back to the Future. I'd be like, money? Where we're going, we don't need money. We'll get drugs for free. And girls would be like, oh my God, that's fucking rad. Let's go. Then we'd go, and horrible things would happen, or I'd leave and I'd find out that they were a full-fledged prostitute. They had a little flap on their crotch, and they just open it. They'd be like, all right, I'm going to go make us money. I'm like, why are you talking like a guy now? They're like, shut up. I want money. I get money. So it never worked out. It was either me selling a dream that I couldn't follow through with, just wanted to leave and have sex and do drugs. It seemed to make sense at the time. Well, in fact, I'm 34 now. This is about 14 years ago. I still, besides the drugs, I still like sex and no responsibilities. That's not quite true. I'm a responsible adult now. So, but the point is they didn't want me there. They didn't want me at this place. They knew that I recruited girls and I'd leave. And I was convincing. I was not good looking. I was covered in acne. I weighed 126 pounds. I smelled like shit. I was going through this period of my life where I don't know how to wipe my ass right or something. So I'd always have, uh, what are those things called? Skid marks. I'd always have skid marks. And I'd always wear white pants with skid marks. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm fucking high. My dude, you're 34 days sober. Oh, I was a dirtbag. Still am, but I look a little healthier now. Probably because I'm not on drugs. But back then I didn't. And for some reason I think it's just because I had the gift of gab, I'd talk him into leaving with me. So these people didn't want me there. There was always an issue with me. And they're like, look, this is your last chance. You can either come, do the program, not leave with girls, and we'll let you stay. And the fact that I'd overdosed, I made my dad cry because he was so scared that he was going to lose me, which in all probability, he probably would have if I wasn't going in and out of rehab. These wash and dry cycles, in my opinion, is what kept me clean for a long time. So I go back in there, And, it's the typical shopping in the bargain bin, like making out with like 70-year-old women, because they're like, I got a condo in Nebraska. When we're done with this, you can come live with me and my stepkid. He's a faggot. I'm like, oh yeah, let's make out. Hey, can I have $5 so I can get a pack of Newports? You're a doll. Like, that was kind of my hustle, I was like fucking older women and like getting them to like, they don't even buy me full cigarettes. They just give me like $5 towards a pack. And I'd be like, deal. It's my ringtone. No, it's it's ghetto LAPD going by. All right, so I'm not a sociopath. I'm not a sociopath. I'm not a sociopath. I'm not a sociopath. I mean, I don't lack empathy. Narcissistic, yes. Sociopathic, no. To be sociopathic, you have to lack empathy. Now, that wasn't the case with me. I felt very bad for my dad, making him cry, knowing the pain that I had forced him and my mother to endure. I'm an only child. And now that I have a kid of my own, I can only imagine what it's like to see your kid as an IV drug user in and out of jail, skid marks. Be like, hun, look at his ass. That's your kid. It's fucking gross. His personality sucks too. Shh, you can hear us. So I wanted to put forth an effort to actually try. So I'm in this rehab, and a lot of the people in rehab, what you'll find is when you're in and out of these high-end rehabs, it's a lot of the same people. It's almost like they're like convicts, but they're like a rehab icks, if you know what I mean. It's like the same people, like, yeah, I'm on my 9th prison stint, shit like that. You got like, by this point I was a cold professional, like I'd go in and I already like had my whole game plan, knew exactly what to do, knew what I couldn't have. My mom would send me my iPod, I'd always have like her send me little prepaid debit cards so I could have the staff get me cigarettes. I knew all the little tricks at this point. Oh man, that's good water. I needed that right now. That was refreshing. So anyway, I started trying, I kicked back and I was a professional, and like the girls there, it's like the girls I'd already slept with anyway. I was like, I'm cool. I'm just going to do it. I mean, what other option did I have? I was going to be homeless again, fucking thinking that I'm committing statutory rape, sleeping on the beach, like in the rain, crying, winning $500 on a scratcher ticket, fucking biker sluts in motels. I'm cool on all that. I don't know. You know what happens when you get on runs like that, and when you don't have stability in your life, you get tired. It's exhausting. So I did what I had to do. The fake it till you make it. And of course, I had like the standard shenanigans, where like I'd be like, hey, watch this. I'm gonna have a freak out. And I just start like, I'd be like, I want Dr. Pepper. I want Dr. Pepper. And like just start screaming shit like that and like run around, like punch walls. And then the staff would shoot me up with Thorazine in my ass cheek. And I'd like be all subdued, by the Thorazine. I'd be like, told you they'd shoot me up with Thorazine. And people thought that was funny. So it's kind of like the gesture, it's like the class clown, so to speak. And just always pulling shit like that just because out of straight boredom to just transcend the monotony of rehab, because it gets boring. There's only so many meetings you can go to where a chick's like, and then I got butt fucked for a bump of blow. That's it. That's the punchline. Everyone's like, so? Yeah, I've been butt fucked. You're someone in the bathroom like, yeah, me too. I've been butt fucked too. For herb. Oh, wait, I've been butt fucked for rolling tobacco. Everyone's like, ew, fucking get out of here. Go on. Rolling tobacco is just the excuse. We know pieces of shit like you. Fucking. butt fucker. So it gets boring. So this girl comes in one day, right? Because you get sick of the same girls. This girl comes in and she looks like Britney Spears. So what I thought she looked like at the time. Now, of course, you get rehab goggles, just like you have jail goggles, just like you have beer goggles. You know, drink 2 beers and you want to fuck your homeboy. My damn fool. You look fine as fuck. I'm just gonna be real with you. So what the fuck? Oh, I'm wasted. I'm so hammered. I'm sorry. We could pretend like we're both chicks. Do some lesbian. Shut up, dude. That's gross. Oh yeah, I'm drunk, fool. Sorry. You get rehab goggles though, where women look more attractive, and I'm sure men look more attractive if you're into men. Which, as much as I joke, I'm not. I like the pussy, but this girl looked like Britney Spears. She was short. She had a tongue ring, booty shorts. I believe they were juicy shorts. When that was like a thing, and all the guys wanted her, all of them. And I'd watch them all hit on her, and the way the guys hit on girls in rehab is whack. Yeah, well, I'm in adult continuation school going for my JED. What's a JED? I don't know, but it says that I did high school. You mean a GED? No, a JED. Spelled GED. Yeah, I just said that. Oh, fuck. Yeah, well, I'm getting that. Oh my God, it's so good to have big goals and aspirations. Yeah. I'm like 74 hours away from completing my JED. You hear him say stuff like that, or like, yeah, I work for my uncle's construction company. Oh, I love guys that do construction. That's sexy. No, I'm just the secretary. What do you mean? I just answer the calls. You always find guys like this, right? So from a distance, I'm watching them hit on them, and I'm not some suave type guy, but hey, what do they say? I got a little game, I'm good. I'm a con artist. I was telling my friend Nick that. You guys are like, you mean Nick Stahl? Yes. I love when people are commenting. They're like, I wonder if Nick thinks that you're one of his best friends. Nick called me today and he's like, dude, you are my best friend. No, that never happened. No, that really did happen though. He did call and say that today. It's just funny how people online, they think they know you and they just post the shit talking stuff. So anyway, what are we just talking about? Where did that come from? Nick. Oh, this quote that I told him on the phone is I said, I'm a con artist with artistic tendencies. And I really like that line. And that's applicable in anything in life. And, certainly when I'm in rehab, I have the gift of gab when I'm in rehab. I say what I have to do, fake it till you make it, the old adage. But it also works with women. See, one thing I learned at a young age, like in high school, is, I had a lot of sex in high school. I had sex with 16 different girls. And I'm not trying to brag or be like, yeah, that's cool. I'm a man whore because I have every STD besides HIV, every single one across the board. I have weird anal fungus and I have herpes, I have HPV, I've had syphilis. What else? Chlamydia, got everything. Every STD you can think of, I've had. So it's not cool that the amount of people you've slept with isn't cool. But my point is the reason that I slept with that many girls in high school was because I had the confidence thing. And I learned it a long time ago. To get girls, all you do is make eye contact. Now, if they say no, guys, that's still, you can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that. That's illegal. I don't do shit like that. But eye contact, confidence, and I'd always say this at parties. Let's just pretend like I'm at a party. Like, hey, I'm Ryan. What's your name? I'm Sarah. Now remember, guys, eye contact all the time. Hey, Sarah, how you doing?
chill.
You're chill?
I feel chill.
Hey, do you want to go for a walk?
What do you mean?
I got to tell you something.
Does this mean we're gonna fuck?
I'm like, yeah. Then we go into another room and we fuck. Seriously, that is. Don't know what the point of what I'm saying this is. Point is I learned a long time ago. It's not about your looks, you know. It's about how big your dick is and about how much money you have. Straight up. No, it's about confidence, you know. And in high school, a lot of guys were insecure, including me. I was the most insecure person. Everybody's insecure in high school. But one of my defense mechanisms was this faux sense of confidence, right? So I'd compensate for my insecurities by just being like super like, yeah, dude, I'm fine, dude. I'm literally the best at everything, at skateboarding, at fighting, at fucking, at fucking, at math. Me, the best. And guys would hate it because I'd come off as arrogant. And it was arrogance, but it was because I was insecure. But women would think it was confidence because at that age, they're too young. They're like, oh my God, that guy's like pretty confident. I kind of want to suck his dick. Ew, Bethany, you're such a slut. You're right. I won't suck his cock. And then like later, she's like, oh my God, I fucked up. I got so drunk, I sucked Ryan Leone's cock. I think it's Leone. Whatever. It stunk. Bethany, this shit stunk. I'm sorry, I'm on a silly one tonight. So anyway, so this girl, Megan, she kind of looked like Britney Spears. Not true. You look at her now. I posted pictures of her. She's does not look like Britney Spears. Maybe she looks like Britney Spears in 2007 when Britney Spears was having a breakdown and she had a buzz cut and she looked like G.I. Jane. Maybe she looks like that kind of. But that's why, you know, so I didn't even talk to her. That was always like my strategy in rehab. I'll let all the guys hit on her and then I'll come in strutting on by at the end and be like, hey, what's up? My name's Bob.
Hi, Bob.
And then like later someone will hear it be like, hey, what up, Ryan? I'll be like, hey, what's up?
I thought your name was Bob.
And just what I tell cute chicks. Listen, I gotta go back and go to my room. So I went up to her and I started, you know, like after everyone had tried to get her, I go up to her and I'm like, hey, what's up? I was joking about the Bob thing. Hey, I'm Ryan. Hey. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm just here to ask you about your tongue ring. Is it true that makes you suck cock better?
She's like, oh my God. Yes.
She's like, it's actually because I'm bisexual. I was like, really? It's like, that makes two of us. Nice to meet you. And she starts laughing. And she really was bisexual. And she was hooking up with this black chick that was there. I forgot what her name was, but the black chick was totally lesbian. And I don't think Megan really was bisexual. I think it was the kind of thing where she was just hooking up with girls for attention, you know? Like she was an attention seeker. You find that a lot in rehab. I'm an attention seeker too, but she'd be like, we'd be like sitting around smoking cigarettes and she'd be like, I don't know what the girl's name is. I licked the black girl's pussy last night. It was dope. I'm trying to listen to some jungle music, drum and bass, house. So me and her kind of hit it off and, you know, just basically more about humor. And I think because I was so overtly sexual, you know, just like kind of zero fucks given kind of attitude with her. And I think she appreciated that because so many guys would come up to her and have like this, they're faking the funk. Now, one guy in particular was named Kevin. And he was like this chubby guy. It's like probably like my age, probably like 20, 21. And I don't know. He's just one of those guys that you know the type. You know this guy, right? This guy was obviously wanted this girl, Megan. Now, out of all the guys hitting on her, I think she was gravitating towards me the most just because I made her laugh. Because because I was confident, like I said, like overtly sexual. Sorry. There's a black widow somewhere around here, so I get all freaked out about where my where my feet are. So this guy Kevin, and I know you know people like this, he got in the friend zone with her. Like he was her friend. And like I'm not a good listener, and I'm sure you can probably imagine. I'm a talker, so I have to be with a listener. You know, Karina's not really a listener. She just kind of tolerates me, but we have kind of independent lives going on, so it works out. But Kevin, this guy that was trying to get Megan, was like one of those listeners, like, mm. And they always make the noise. Mm, 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 mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And it's like, how you have those friends, but like they're only your friends because they're not real friends, but that they'll listen to you whenever. There's some people that just won't listen to you. And like when you call them, they're like, oh fuck, Ryan's calling. He's probably gonna just go on and on and on. And they like ignore your call. Kevin's like one of those people you could call and he'd listen to you because that's what he could offer. That was his social contribution to the relationship. He would just listen, and like everyone likes a listener. It's true. If you can have the discipline to listen to a woman, if you're a guy, there's a way better chance you'll get her, for sure. It's really hard to have that balance, to listen and then talk, etc. So the problem with someone like that is he becomes a cock block because she started liking me. It was obvious. I wrote her little poems, little like rhyming poems, like roses are red, violets are blue. I want to listen to The Cure and butt fuck you. Shit like that. I didn't, something better than that, but stuff that would make her laugh and stuff that I like, had put a lot of thought into. So it was clear that she started liking me. And this guy, Kevin, he just couldn't stand it. He was like, he'd probably go back to his room and like be like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I listened to her. I listened to her talk about how she wants to be a singer. And I listened to her about this, and that. And she wants that piece of shit with the Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas tattoo. That guy's a bitch. He's got acne. So he'd always cock block. So I started learning about her, and what her story was, what she told me, is that she was a nurse from Knoxville, Tennessee. That's where she was from. And she told me that she told me her whole story. She had a brother, but he had died of a heroin overdose when she was a little girl, 8 or 9. And she had gone on to become a nurse in Tennessee. And when she was there, she met a guy that was in the military, and he got deployed to Iraq. This was like 04, 05 probably when I met her. So the Iraq war was raging on, and she said that when he went to war, she got really lonely, and she started dipping into the Demerol, morphine, Dilaudid supply at the hospital, and she had gotten addicted to opioids. Pretty common tale in the southern states with all the pill mills in Florida and everything going on in the dirty, dirty South. So it all sounded legit to me. And she liked horror movies. There's this obscure horror movie called Sleepaway Camp. I don't know if you've seen it. It's phenomenal. This is the plot of the movie. I'm not going to give away I got to give away the ending if you haven't seen it. So it's one of these like 80s slasher movies. On the cover, it's like a knife with like a bloody shoe on it. And it's about this girl named Angela. And Angela's parent or aunt and uncle had kind of inadvertently adopted her because her parents passed away in a tragic boating accident. So she goes and lives with her aunt and uncle, and they send her off to sleepaway camp. People start dying at the sleepaway camp, and it's point of view type murders, really corny 80s stuff. Just kind of your cliche slasher movie. But this is the kickoff. The end of the movie, we find out that Angela is actually a guy, and that she was a little boy when her aunt and uncle inherited her, or whatever. Inherited her. Jesus, it sounds like a slave. It sounds such a fucked up way to say it. Yeah, inherited that person. When they adopted her, let's just say, kind of inadvertently, they wanted a little girl, but Angela was a little boy. So they just started dressing her up like a boy. So she was transgender. against her will. So at the end of the movie, right after we find out this revelation that Angela is actually a guy, she kills somebody at the end of the movie. And this is amazing. This is a great film. I love this fucking movie. She's standing there naked with the knife and she's going, ah, ah. And it shows her face all crazy and she's got this bloody, ah, ah, and it pans down and she's got a cock. And roll end credits. Brilliant. They made an entire trilogy. Actually, they've even made a fourth movie, but they couldn't fund it halfway through, so it's like some lost movie that you can get. Like you can get this big sleepaway camp survival pack, get it off Amazon. Definitely worth the money. And it's a very obscure movie. Very few people have seen it. Very few people are into transgender horror porn. Not saying I am, but I did dabble in crystal methamphetamine. So we connected over that. That was like you know how you get that when you meet somebody, you get an inside joke. You're like, you ever seen Sleepaway Camp? Oh my God, I have. Have you seen that? Yeah, I have. Oh my God, let's get an apartment. Happens all the time, especially in rehab, because you got to think about it. You were used to being on drugs. You are doing something where you're, when you do drugs, it's dopamine, it's endorphin release. The reward receptors and neurotransmitters in your mind that are responsible for rewarding you with pleasure are stimulated. So when that goes away and you're empty and you're in rehab, you're like, oh, I hate my life. But then you meet some completely broken bitch and she's like, oh my God, you like tranny horror porn? Me too. Pretty sure I'm in love with you. Something happens. It's called a rehab romance. And I don't know. It's like you fall in love instantly. I mean, rehab romances, you can go from not knowing someone to full blown impregnation within like 3 hours in rehab. It's like speed dating. And that's what was happening with us. So we connected over the horror movie, and I was a junkie, but she was a nurse that had gone rogue with the opioids. So our commonality was humor. I like the fact that she was bisexual. I was like, how many assholes have you licked? Girl and guy. Give me like a ratio. Girl to guy butthole. What is it? 8-6. She's like 8-8. I'm like, my kind of girl. And we'd start making out right after that. I'm like, oh my God, you've licked chicks and dudes' assholes. Oh, I love you. Now we started kissing and doing what we could to get away with it. Now, at that point, we kind of became a couple. Now I had to be doing it on the DL because the staff was not okay with me forming any sort of relationship with women in there because of my history. And this guy, Kevin, the cock block, let's just call him Kevin the cock block. That'll just be his name from now on. That's his real name too. Megan's her real name. Kevin the cock block finds out that she likes me and that I like her. And so he's these kind of guys constantly sputting me up. He's like, dude, that guy was wearing whitey tighties in the laundry room. Skid mark. It looked like a loogie. It looked like seagull shit. Fucking gross. Don't you think? I think he's funny. I think he's cute. Have you seen his pizza face? That guy is gross. And he smells like shit. And I saw his dick. Shit's fucking little, a root beer barrel size cock. That dude's whack. And she's like, well, you're no prize, Kevin. He'd be like, what? So he would talk shit about me to her, and she would talk shit to him about talking shit about me. So he started getting mad. And you could see it. And it was like the passive aggressive stuff, where like I'd be like listening to like a Pink Floyd song, like on the, on the CD player outside, and we'd all be listening to like Time or Comfortably Numb or, something like that. Wish You Were Here. We'd all be into it. I'm the one that had put the CD on, and he'd just come on and turn it off. He'd be like, I got a headache. And we're like, come on, Kevin, don't be like this. No, I got a headache. Let's listen to Ja Rule. We're like, what the fuck, dude? So one night, we're sitting out on this deck. You can smoke cigarettes there until like 10 at night. And when you fall in love and you have this like faux rehab romance thing going, It's amazing because you feel empty and all you go from feeling empty to like having butterflies and you just feel so good and complete. But it's a very, 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 very well constructed illusion. It's not real, you know? It's shit painted gold. And it flakes away easily, and then you see the shit and you're like, ew. It's that kind of shit. So I'm like, feeling in love. Me and Kevin, the cock block, are starting to beef a little bit. He's just being a dick to me. And one night we're arguing about, of all things, Friday the 13th. Megan's like, let's see who can name all of the Friday the 13th. And I'm like, Friday the 13th part 1, Friday the 13th part 2, Friday the 13th 3D, Friday the 13th part 4, the final chapter, Friday the 13th part 5, Jason Lives, Friday the 13th part 7, no, Jason Lives, part 6 is New Beginnings, part 7 is Jason Takes Manhattan. God, I got it wrong. New Blood. Then Jason Takes Manhattan. Then Jason Goes to Hell. Then Jason X, the one in space. That one fucking sucks. And like, we get up to, then I'm like, and then Freddy versus Jason. He's like, that one doesn't count. You're a fucking idiot. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you're a fucking idiot, dude. You think you know everything. You're a know-it-all. You're just a fucking punk. Now, I'd have been to jail, or I've been to jail. I hadn't been to prison yet. So, like, punk didn't mean the same thing. I was like, what'd you say? Now, she's sitting right there, and she's like, she's one of those girls that loves it when guys are fighting over her. So she instigates things to me and then instigates things to him, and we don't even know that she's doing it. She's just, like, filing her nails, and she's like, I'm like, what the fuck you call me? He's like, I called you a punk, and I'm just like, just spit in his face. I was like, yeah, well, you're a bitch. What's up? And he, as soon as I spit on me, he just takes off on me. I do not expect him to do that. I should have. I mean, you can't really spit on people and expect them not to fight back. So he just starts taking off on me. And I kind of like, I didn't really expect it. So I kind of like put my hands up, but I finally like, get into it. And we just started going heads up. And I actually won. I beat him up pretty good. I always tell these stories like I'm such a bitch, but I'm all right. I got hands on me, I mean, growing up in as much trouble as I am, come on, you get in a lot of fights. And at this point I can do it. Even then I could fight already pretty good. I beat him up pretty bad to the point where he had to get stitches. I had hit him. I mean, we started fighting and then we rolled around on the ground. And I think when we rolled around on the ground, there was this like air hockey table. And he, just like the story I told about when Paul and I got in a fight, we're rolling around on the ground and I kind of like flip him over and he hits the side of the table and his shit just comes open. It's bleeding everywhere. And, it's not jail. So everyone's like, yeah, fight. It's like we're in the 80s. I'm like, what the fuck? Dude, come on. We're not in Flashdance, dude. Like, please stop doing that. He's bleeding everywhere. Like, the staff come running up and they're like, hey, what happened? He's like, Ryan hit me. I'm like, what are you, 6, dude? Are you kidding me? They're like, get up, Ryan. Get up now. And I'm like, I'm looking at him. I'm like, wow, dude, you really are a bitch. And Megan's just like, you. I'm like, I love you too. Fuck that, dude. They're like, come on. We're going to the, what do they call it at a rehab? We're going to the program director's office. I'm like, and we'll get into what happens in the next Florida video. Thank you guys. And I'll try to get more exclusive stories up. I'm just really busy. I'm really making an effort to get as much as I can to you guys. Thanks for watching. See you again. Butt fuck my cock. Palabra.